So I've had a super early start this morning and I've ridden down to somewhere to learn a little bit more about what us bikers fear the most, and that is getting your bike stolen. So I was lucky enough to be invited on a little factory tour at Squire Locks, which is a company that's been making locks right here in the UK since 1780. So they're home to the world's strongest padlock, which you can see here, and that is huge. Look at it. And their range covers everything from general security padlocks to bike locks, bicycle locks, and even helmet locks. You can actually see here the lumps of metal that the locks start out as before they go through specific processes depending what type of lock they're becoming. The factory houses all of the machinery to create these locks, and they're made, pieced together, tested, and then packed, and they're ready to be shipped out to customers all over the world. I even got the chance to make my very own padlock. Honestly, there's a lot more that goes into it than you might realise. It's amazing and I really enjoyed it. As you can tell, I was thrilled to make my own little lock and take it away with me. This part of the process was just finishing off the padlock and then installing the protective plastic casing. So this little machine just helps put it into place. And there you can see I have a padlock. I quite possibly was a little bit too excited that I'd created this for myself. So I just got to make my own padlock, and I actually had no idea the process that goes into making the actual lock, so that the lock matches the keys that you've got. So that was really interesting to see, and it's great to see that everything's been made here in the UK in the factory, and you can see the whole process from start to finish of how everything's put together. And then came the fun part. They let me attack their Defiant Disc Lock with an angle grinder. Now, I was so excited at the prospect of this, mainly because I've never actually put it to the test. You know, I've had disc locks before in the past, but this was a proper chance to give this a real go. I actually had to push down really hard to give it some serious stick, and we ended up grinding through the angle grinder disc. There was hardly anything left of it, but the lock itself didn't budge. You can see that the plastic was cut, but the lock completely untouched. And that's because it's built with tungsten carbide reinforced armouring, and it has anti-drill, anti-pick and anti-bump technology. So this lock is a solid secure, powered cycle diamond approved, which means it's like maximum protection against angle grinders and also recognised by insurance companies. So the lock was undefeated, but I had an absolute blast giving it a go. So it was actually really hard. I had to put quite a lot of pressure on the grinder, and you can see this is the result. The plastic has been cut, but it has not come through the metal, it has not come through to the lock. It's sort of hard to see, but yeah, I was really impressed. That's crazy. So a little demo of the Squire Locks Defiant Disc Lock. Now this is super easy to use. You just turn the key, pull out the pin, and then make sure you've got your reminder cable slotted in there. And then just decide where on your disc you want to install it. Slide it onto your disc, push the pin in and turn the key. Now remember to put your reminder cable either over the end of your handlebars, or if like me you've got hand guards, you can just put it over the lever. So I've also got the Juggernaut chain. So I'll be taking both the Defiant Disc Lock and the Juggernaut chain, and you can see this is a heavy chain with a very decent padlock there. I'll be taking these to Spain with me so that the girls and I can chain our bikes together and keep them secure while we're away. So I'll let you know how I get on with those. So have you guys heard of Squire Locks, and do you have locks that are similar, and how have you got on with them? Let me know.